Mm.
Okay. So as we continue on with our service to others and ourselves, Sally and I are going to try and practice some role play and see how good or bad we can screw this up to support each other and pretend conversations. But while we are practicing this, it is always really good to consider how do we truly try to support our friends, because we are so used to just doing how we normally do. Oh, our friends have got a problem. How do we fix it? And how do we fix it fast? We see our friends are having struggles and we don't want to see our friends having struggles. So usually what we do, because we love our friends so much, is try to fix everything as fast as possible so they never have any problems or worries. That is definitely my approach. How do you normally, Sally, when your friends come to you all hysterical because something has happened, how do you normally react to them?
I would say I do try to find out what's going on and help them feel better as quickly as possible. I don't like it when they're upset, so I react the same way actually.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And so now we know we're trying to learn the difference between empowering people and disempowering people and enabling people. And it's there's a fine line. We know the purpose of the laser is to awaken humanity to what is going on, and they will be tried to be sold that this is an attack from a different species that are trying to, I don't know, enslave us, do butt stuff to us. I'm not too sure what the narrative. I just love that joke. Sorry. Um,
Mm.
Pardon me. I'm going to hell for that because I laughed even at my own joke. So I think that's a sin, actually, not even that joke. So okay, yes, the thing is, when our friends come to us all panicky and worried, we want to resolve it as fast as possible. So we want to take away their problems. And sometimes when we take away their problems, then we don't give them the allowances or the space to work through their own problems while we love and support them as cheerleaders rather than grabbing that boo-boo and that hurt and resolving everything for them and returning it in a beautiful fluffy bow.
Hmm.
So
True.
as we practice this, because I know what the old Joe would have done versus what, the new Joe with training wheels and ridiculous humor. I know the two different forms of how I would have responded to this, I think. But I do want to practice this myself, because even when it's not about the laser, I'm still having to deal with people in the public, and I'm still having to learn how to listen to them and to be able to support them without giving them my advice when they're not asking for it and when they need this opportunity for growth. So
Hmm.
Sally, when we're doing this role play, would you like to be the poor victim who is in shock, or do you want to be the wise supporter friend who can nurture them through it?
I will be the poor victim who is in shock, so you can practice.
Listen to me laugh at you being the poor victim. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, the thing is, guys, we know this is really serious. We know what we have experienced and how we have felt with huge, shocking things that have happened. I could name a whole bunch of really, really sad, horrible things that have happened that have been big in the news, regardless of whether it's my country's news or the world's news. We all know the feeling of that shock and dismay, and so I am going to apologize to anyone who feels like this is really insensitive, because we're not trying to be insensitive at all. We're actually trying to figure out how the heck do we support these people since our life contracts are changing to support these people after this event. So, and I do we want to do it potentially do the role play probably the worst case scenario rather than the best case scenario? Do you think I think I'm comfortable to screw it up, to not support you but try to support you the best way I can. So to see, let's hear what that sounds like first. Me not being appropriate with supporting you. Get that out of my way in case an accidental giggle or stupid humor comes in. So let's get that out first, because I feel like there's a little bit of pressure to try and find the right words. But now that I'm supposed to find the wrong words just to really screw it up, I feel comfortable now. This is where I normally reside.
Okay, so it's me the worst case scenario.
Yeah, totally. I'm going to just absolutely brutalize this in terms of fumbling over stuff. Let's see if I can do it. Wish me luck.
Okay, good luck. And it's practice. So here we go.
Yeah. And so are you calling me or are you coming to my house?
What do you prefer?
Well, my house is messy, so I'm not up for guests. We're almost at a cleaner state, but not quite.
Okay, I'll call you.
Okay. Well, I mean, whatever you're comfortable with in this imaginary scene, I don't mind. You can come to my house if you want.
All right. I'll just call you.
Okay.
It'll be like that where I just so I just saw it on the news.
Okay. And I'm going to be one of those friends that actually answers when someone calls them. I'm not going to ghost you. Or maybe that was the first one. I'm not going to deal with you because I know exactly why you're calling me and I'm not interested in having this conversation because you're going to be too freaked out. And I'm not going to deal with you because I'm now watching the news myself and I don't care. Boom, done it.
Way to deflect.
Okay, so that at point one to me. No. Okay, so call me up and then I'll try to be the worst type of supporting friend ever while you call me up all upset because you've just heard it on the news.
Okay. Joe, oh my gosh. Are you sitting down?
Yep, I'm sitting down. What's up?
Oh my God. I'm gonna die. There's a laser that just hit the United States and oh my gosh, I don't even know what to think right now.
Oh, you're definitely going to die. Yes.
Oh my God. Don't say that.
Everyone's going to die at some point, so you might as well just do it in the laser. Probably is the most easiest way to exit.
Oh, whoa. I don't know. That is like such bad advice. Now I'm like even more afraid. And then they said that there's an alien invasion. What is going on?
Butt stuff.
Oh, I don't want that.
Oh my God, I'm the worst at this. Okay. Well, yeah, so you're definitely going to manifest that because you've already said you're going to die. So yeah, you've attracted that now into you because you have started thinking about that. So 100%. I'm feeling like definitely you're gonna be next. So at least you don't have to deal with the aliens.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. Well, I have my car, so I might as well just go drive off a cliff. Thanks for your help, Joe.
The worst. No, it's like one of those fake friends who's like, well, I'll just pull a card for you. And it's like, oh yeah, it's definitely the death. It's the death card. That really cute jacket that makes you look really skinny. Can I grab that from you now or when I just raid your house after you've exited? No?
Yeah, never calling Joe again.
I mean, imagine if it was like, do you know if you're going to exit in your house? Because I think I might just grab your wardrobe now and I'll save your wardrobe.
Anything but my favorite pants. You can't take those.
I'm exiting with them. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so basically, when our friends are being hysterical, um, confirming their worst case scenarios probably isn't affirmatively supportive of them. But for them, it's very serious. They're so convinced of it. So I didn't acknowledge any of her feelings. I supported her by saying, "Oh, absolutely, yeah, you're screwed. You're screwed, but save me your good clothes."
Yeah, not cool. You're off my friend list.
It was awful. And then I was laughing because it was making me feel so uncomfortable, because I was like, I could imagine some of my old friends and family members literally saying this. That's horrible. Okay, well, it's almost the weekend for me, so I can be fully judgy. I'm practicing right now. So, okay, okay, this is being so okay. Okay, now call me again, and I'll, fingers crossed, try to be a really good person who can hear your feelings and support you through this.
Okay. Joe, oh my gosh. Are you sitting down right now?
Yeah, what's happening?
Have you seen the news?
No, I haven't. What's happening?
So there's this crazy laser event that just happened, and I am like freaking out right now.
Oh no, are you okay? Is anyone there with you? Or
Um, so yeah, my partner's here with me right now. He's also not doing so well, and I just feel like I'm gonna die.
oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I'm sending you so much love. I can imagine it must be so scary. You are here now. I'm on here with you on the phone. Let's talk through this. I love you. Everything is going to be okay. You're okay. You're okay. We're going to work out what's happening. You're okay. We're here together.
Okay, thank you. I just feel like so scared right now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so what can you do to help you sort of shake off that being scared? I mean, it's understandable. It sounds like it is a really crazy thing that has just happened that you've just seen. So do you want to get some water, or are you warm enough? Like, if are you do you feel like your body is going into shock?
You know what? I do need water. Yeah, I need to go get some water. I probably need to, I'm like just like pacing, so I probably need to sit down too and just like calm myself
Mm.
and breathe.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Breathing's good because it means that you are alive, and just slow it down, because whatever has already happened, but you are safe, and we can work out why this is happening, and all that stuff together. But I'm so glad your partner is there with you, and I love that you can support him, and by you calming down, that will help him as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need to calm down. They were saying it was aliens.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And how do you feel about that? What are you sensing about this?
Uh, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, are they bad aliens? Because that's really scary.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, anything what we would perceive as bad is definitely scary. Do you get a sense that it would be bad aliens?
I don't know. I didn't even think aliens existed. I thought it was just, make believe.
Yeah. What do you know about what happened that gives you the suggestion that it was bad aliens?
Someone was talking about it on the news.
Mm, Did you see any bad aliens, or is it just talk at the moment?
No, I didn't see any aliens at all.
Okay, okay. I'm wondering if it might be something else that may not be bad, even though the situation is very sad. I'm wondering if it could have been something else. What do you feel about it?
Hmm. I don't, it almost seems like it was like just random, like random. Like
Mm,
people are like just like, whoa, I'm whoa.
yeah, 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 yeah. It seems like it has randomly happened. And you would you think if, say, bad aliens were coming to attack us, do you think that they would show themselves and scare us? And do you think that they would do that? Because this random thing almost seems unexplainable at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you would think they would show themselves like, hmm, I don't
Appear
know.
as monsters, because part of being a bad alien is looking bad and doing bad things, and then showing yourself and really presenting to the world. If you're going to do something like this, you would want to own it rather than be invisible
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah. Wow, you're so calm right now. Thank you. It's making me feel so much better.
Hmm. Well, I'm just wondering if it could be something else instead of maybe the bad aliens. Now, I really would hope that there's another explanation for it, because there's too many jokes I want to throw in here. Um, it must be. I mean, it, if someone has said it is a bad alien, that is one option. But I'm wondering if there could be any other opportunity, like any other scenarios or cases.
Hmm. What do you think it is?
And then it's that weird, do you start saying, well, I've actually heard about what this event is, and
Mm-hmm.
be honest with your friends, or
Mm-hmm.
do you pretend to be like completely oblivious and some sort of like super calm, chilled out hero that's just like, it's all going to be fine? I don't know where
Yep.
you play the card here.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
but
That's a good question. Mm-hmm. Because I was
because
wondering the same thing.
we
Mm-hmm.
don't want to lie to our friends and be like, oh, I don't know, it's probably just good aliens. Like the truth is always going to help our friends. Um, but I mean, we have heard in these sessions that it is from a satellite. And you don't even need to say what sessions they are, but it's just like I'm sure I heard something somewhere recently where they were saying we have satellites that are capable of producing impacts on the planet that were for actually to protect us from asteroids. I'm just wondering, because this is so random, if something malfunctioned there, and maybe it's actually a satellite. I wouldn't want to be that person in that person's position who's responsible for the satellite. That would be, I mean, that's shocking.
Wow. I didn't even know they had satellites up there that had, you said a laser on it?
I think they were trying to protect us from, space junk or satellite from other satellites that were malfunctioning, or asteroids. We always know that we're not. We are a planet that is, can be and has been. Think about the dinosaurs and how they were eradicated. Supposedly, that was with a big asteroid. And we know that people are tracking asteroids in between here and even the space of the moon. And so I think they were trying to figure out ways if we ever were going to be vulnerable to it. Unfortunately, sometimes there is things that have happened in history where they were designed to protect us and accidentally actually impacted us and have done the opposite of what they intended.
Whoa. That is something I was not privy to before. Ah, gosh. You know what? Would you send me a, how do you know this stuff first? Like, did you watch this somewhere? Like, how do you know this?
Well, I think I saw a video of, well, I know I did see a video of something that was seen in the sky with a noise. And I'm wondering if that was the same thing. So yeah, I have watched a few videos, but they're pretty out there. And they talk about a lot of stuff that you definitely don't hear in the mainstream media. So I can try and find one for you, but right now, because you're in so much shock and scare, maybe just process the fact that it may not be an actual attack from other beings. It may have just been a really unfortunate accident that is that is so sad, and we have to be very grateful for the opportunity that we have every day to be alive, because we're not promised tomorrow. And I'm so glad that you're with your partner, and gosh, it just feels good to be alive, and we're very grateful for the all of the life experiences that we have had. So I'm so glad that you're having some water, and I'm so glad that you're not alone, and you can always call me, because these things just bring up so much emotion. So I love you. I'm so glad that you're alive, and I'm so glad that you're safe, and I'm always here for you if you ever need it.
You're such a good friend. Thank you so much.
My PayPal is
I take 20s, 100s, 50s.
Oh my, yeah, okay. I had to hold off so many times from wanting to make really bad jokes, but instead of bombarding them with all the other information, trying to open their minds to, it may not be aliens, and it may not be bad aliens, and humanity has done so many silly things to itself. We could almost sort of say, well, it's more likely that humans have just been doing something once again to impact humanity, rather than if there is aliens, their space technology and their advancements would be so profound. Why would they do a small thing like this laser when they could completely do so much more, come down and show themselves, and do a whole lot of other horrible things? So while the laser event is 100% horrible, we're not going to pretend it's not. It's it doesn't ring true. If you're going to be a horrible alien, doing that is not, that just seems like a tiny little kick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was actually pretty good, for that being the first time that you practiced it.
Well, I'm sort of like, you are not hysterical enough. You should have been like, and there was children that died, and then there was probably some puppies.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm joking. But the thing is, I mean, you were very calm, victim. Thank you for being so kind. But the reality is, people will be so upset, and it will just be so heartbreaking. And we will put ourselves in all the sad stories, and the news will find victims who are hurt, crying mothers. They're going to find all of this horrific angles to play on repeat, just to mind fuck us, to make this tragedy even much more imprinted into our minds of how much trauma this has created.
Yeah. Yep.
It's almost like, and the thing is, it's like a car crash. People don't want to look, but they super slow down to look. You want to see, why has this taken up my time? Why was I in a queue for a long time? And I like, if you're I remember, this is horrible, I'm going to confess, but I remember being in a really big car accident queue waiting, and I had the two little babies in the car. I was breastfeeding, and I needed to get home, and I just it was not I was not coping, and I just remember thinking, you better be dead. I was horrible. I was like, I've been waiting for a whole hour, and I was not, let's just say what it was. I was not balanced. I was not stable. I was really struggling with hormones. It was not pretty. But I remember thinking, this better be really serious. If you've just got a flat tire, like I'm going to be so angry with you. So I kept thinking, this has to be really serious. This needs to be serious for this inconvenience. I mean, I was horrible as a 3D, I was very asleep, self-absorbed dork.
Mm-hmm.
So I think once this hits and happens, I think everyone's going to be glued to the TV.
Yeah. Yep.
And so that is going to be probably really good advice, is that when people are obsessed with watching it, to see even more tragedy and more people, really impacted by it, and the sob stories and all that sort of stuff, we know for as guaranteed it's going to be so sensationalized. We don't need to know the total numbers of how many people have perished. We don't need to know the details of it. All we need to be able to know is our friends who are addicted to this drama and to this tragedy can stop watching this and actually get outside, some fresh air, some normalcy. Because if they are obsessed with watching, I remember with 9/11, I think I watched the news solid for a whole week. It was the same stuff, the same information on repeat, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, anyway,
Yep.
we've learned from these tragedies, right? We know how we behave in this. We are so in mourning and shock that we don't even know how to stop being addicted to it.
Yeah. And I was, something that came up in my mind right now too was, I know I can pull away from the news and do something else to distract myself and to help raise my vibration. But what about like your like significant other? Like what about like your husband or your wife, and like they have the news on and like they won't stop talking about it to you? It's like how are we going to navigate that when they don't believe any of this? Do you know what I mean? And then they're like, "Oh, well, you're just crazy. The news says this."
Yeah. Well, it is good to try and talk to them out of it. Like, okay, so you've been watching this for 5 hours, no new events have happened. Come for a walk with me. We need some fresh air. This tragedy is not going anywhere, but we kind of need to move forward and just kind of have a breather and, suddenly create some sort of job that needs to be done around the house, or some sort of walk adventure, or something. You kind of need to break them out of it, and just kind of say, look, let's just turn it off. Let's listen to some music or something. And I mean, God, do you even play the whole out of respect for people who have passed? Let's just sit in some silence. Let's put some candles on, and let's just think about, how grateful we are to be still here, and what are we planning to do together, to be able to celebrate our lives. Gosh, it could have been us, but it's not us. And so what are we wanting to celebrate and be grateful for now that, we have been so brutally reminded that life is fleeting?
Yeah. Good advice. Very good advice to pull them away. Yes.
And so
Yes.
I need a support buddy. So can you pull me away when I'm like obsessed with watching as well?
Yeah. Like, let's go look at the flowers.
Well, I mean, I'm saying all this sort of stuff, really hoping that another way humanity can be can awaken another way. Would love that so much. So anyway, thank you, Sally, for this practice run. I love that we can just share this, and sort of see how, to remind ourselves, that our friends' feelings and emotions are so valid. And even if they are so sure no, it's definitely bad aliens. I saw it on the news. It's 100% bad aliens, and they're going to come, and now they're going to kill us all, and it's just a matter of time. Like, instead of dismissing them as, well, you're fucking crazy, like, just, try to keep, like, questioning, like, is it possible for any other, is there any other possibility at all? Just try to sort of sow, not the seed of doubt in their belief system, because you don't want to start off with that. You'll want, yeah, I can, it does, there could be definitely one scenario. What other scenario could it be? Allowing them to feel all of their shock. They may be hysterical and fully convinced about bad ETs, and you may have to listen to them and support them and reassure them, it could be something else, while still listening to them on repeat. Because often people who are in shock and trauma loop, they will repeat themselves because they're still trying to, process their energy. And usually it's adrenaline. So having water kind of, and even if they could eat something, would neutralize that adrenaline within their system, because they will go into a form of shock.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, anyone else in any other lifetimes have been killed by lasers, that would be hysterical for them.
Yeah, I'm sure,
Yeah, I'm just going to write that down. I'm going to ask in the session, actually, because wonder if this is one of the last sort of big traumas that, some of humanity need to be having to experience to then overcome. I mean, that would be really interesting. Okay, well, thank you, Sally, for this. I'm not too sure if I'm going to post them all individually, or if I'm going to sew them together, and then, because I want to do one, I want to do a role play with Erin, and then anyone else that wants to give it a go. Practice makes perfect, right? And we want to support our friends perfectly through this. Allow them to feel it and process it while being supported all the way through it.
Yep. Well said. Well said.
Oh, fingers crossed, right? Okay.